This might be a hot take, and I can't really talk about it without using words that might get flagged, and then this reel will get diminished or whatever, but I don't really care. So last month I wrote a piece called Medical Molestation. And in the piece, I talked about how I had this resurgence of memories from childhood between getting physical examinations. And there was a period of time where people thought that I might have a hernia. I was having an immense pain in my stomach. And that led to a whole series of examinations that my child psyche registered as being incredibly violating. So I've been thinking a lot about the experiences that children go through medically and how there's this kind of sanctioned way for doctors and the medical system to violate children. And I want to be very clear here, like I'm not ascribing maliciousness to these doctors. That does exist for sure. This is more talking about a symptom that I think is very real. I'm a huge critic of the insurance industry. I think something needs to change. And here's what I believe has happened. The yearly physical exam is created primarily to be a billable service. I don't know how much it's actually affecting health outcomes for children. We've created this gap between parent and child where doctor fills in like having awareness of the child's body that I believe the parent and the child should have together. We live, in the aftermath of a Protestant ethos that essentially makes the body bad. And I know the environment that I grew up in, like there was no conversation around, your private parts, the functioning of your body, especially as a child. And so what that did is like the parent-child relationship gets severed, it gets handed off to the doctor. Now you have this yearly ritual where you go and get violated by the doctor. You don't talk about it with your parent and you go on with life. Now, I'm not saying that's literally what's happening, but it's a symbolic thing. And I can tell you that's how it was registered in my psyche. Since I wrote that piece, I got a ton of positive feedback of people saying they completely agreed and experienced it themselves. So, something to think about. Remember, feeling is freedom.